here I am again at Costco with Mr. Eddie, who is just, people watching. And although it's not a Sunday, I am starting the third book in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Return of the King, which is exciting. I'm currently on chapter 3, so I'm going to keep reading while we wait for Nate to get back. And basically right now, Pippin is with Denethor in Gondor, and then Mary is with Theoden with Rohan, and they are on their way to, I don't remember where they're going. Anyway, Pippin is so freaking cute. I didn't realize how much younger he was than Frodo. He is like 29 and Frodo's 52. So I did not realize there was that huge of a difference. And Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, and then some of the other rangers just left to go on the path of the dead. So they're going to get the army, which I'm super pumped about. But that's it. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Chapter 3. I'm about to start it. This one is a lot shorter of a book. It's only 277 pages versus like 300 something of the other two. So anyway, Eddie's trying to drive the car. Not really, but anyway, I'm gonna read. I'll talk to you guys later. Hello. So I am currently trying to read. I'm on chapter 5, and my goal today was to get through chapter 10, so I'd be on like the second half of this book, but that just didn't happen because we did a really deep clean of the house before Nathan goes on his little trip. And so we've been doing that all day, and I helped him kind of pack and just kind of checklist everything. And so I haven't actually been able to read much today, sadly, because I would like to catch up because my sister is now on the second half. But I'm on chapter 5. I've only read one chapter today, and that was the Siege of Gondor, and now I'm on the Ride of Rohirrim. So Rohan just got to Gondor. I will be able to finish this book before we go on vacation. I am absolutely sure of it. I will make sure that happens. So I just wanted to pop on here, tell you I've been trying to read. Gosh, I cannot read about Denethor without getting so mad. Like, there is a huge difference between Theoden and Denethor, and let me just tell you, Theoden all day, every day. Like, he will ride into battle with his men. Like, he's willing to do what his men would do. Whereas Denethor is like, I'm just going to sit on my throne. I could totally fight. I'm capable of it, but I'm not going to because you guys can do it. And once you guys die and they finally come for me, then I'll fight. But it just makes me so angry. He's like, I'll let my kids die. And then once Faramir is injured, he's not dead. He's just injured. And he's like, might as well die now with my son. So he's building a pyre. Just like, dude, you're freaking. And Pippin's like, yeah, you're not dealing with a like leader anymore, ruler, whatever they call him. He's like, yeah, you don't have a lord anymore, you have a madman. So yeah, anyway, I need to get that off my chest because I can't stand him. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to try to get a couple more chapters in tonight. It's currently like 5 o'clock, so we'll see. I need to run a couple errands still. But we're going to try. We're going to read hopefully 2 more chapters. That's my goal. That is my goal. Okay. TTYL. Hello! So, I have made it to the second half of book 3, so it's book 6. And I'm excited because now we're finally getting Sam and Frodo's point of view again, which I'm actually enjoying their point of views more than anybody else's in this book, which is kind of interesting. Because I don't really, I prefer everyone else in the movies, but apparently in the books I prefer Sam and Frodo. And I think the reason for that is because I love seeing all the action and everything that goes on with like Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, and Gandalf, and then Merry and Pippin. And I feel like not a whole lot happens with Sam and Frodo in the movies, except for like dialogue. So I think I like Like, I like them less in the movies because of that. But in the books, everything that happens with Aragorn and all of them is very descriptive because there's a lot of action happening. Whereas with Sam and Frodo, there's a lot more dialogue, so it's easier. And I think that's why I prefer better. So it's like almost flip-flopped with the book and the movie. And I think that just all has to do with my comprehension of reading it. So, interesting. I kind of actually enjoy that a little bit because I get to kind of enjoy Sam and Frodo more in the book now. Anyway, I don't even really know what happened. I don't even remember the last thing I said to you guys. I was trying to read quite a bit yesterday. That didn't happen. I ended up helping, like, we cleaned a whole lot yesterday and packed it and stuff. So that's pretty much all we did. Anyway, the first half of the book ends with Aragorn leading everyone to the Black Gates. And I don't recall in the movies someone coming out to meet them. I swear someone does. I just don't remember it. I'm having a hard time remembering parts of the third movie. Also, the first chapter I read today... Sorry, I'm like really shaky today. The first chapter that I read today was The Fields of Pelennor or something like that. And basically it's when Éowyn kills the Nazgul king. Anyway, I loved that so much. I love when she kills him. Like stabs him in the face while Mary had stabbed him in the knee, back of the knee. And I couldn't remember the movie very well. So I actually YouTubed it right after I finished reading it because I was like, what happens? I was like, does Mary actually stab him in the back of the knee? I don't remember that. And he does. And so I really liked that. He stabs him in the back of the knee, and then Éowyn goes into, like, in between the crown and stuff. But I do have to say I enjoy the movie more because in the book she, like, says something, like, blah, 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 like, kind of longer. But in the movie, it's just, I am no man. And then, boom, stabs. And it's just an epic moment. Whereas the book, it's just, like, she speaks a little bit more before she fights him, and then that's when Mary stabs him in the back of the knee, and then she hits him in the face. So basically the same thing happened in the movie. I just like the way that they changed up the wording to make it a little more, like, I don't know, emphasized and just mic droppy. I keep saying mic droppy, but that's pretty much what all the scenes were, so it was really good. And now I'm back to Frodo and Sam. So I'm assuming Sam is starting to find he's going to get Frodo because Frodo is taken at the end of book 2 by the Mordor orcs. So now Sam is going to go get him, and they're going to drop the ring into Mount Doom. My goal tonight, it's currently like 6. I would like to get to chapter 5, get to chapter 5. So read 1 through 4. Because then I would get past Mount Doom, and then it'd be like pretty much the ending of the book, and then I could finish it tomorrow. So that's my goal for today. I don't know if that'll actually happen. I'm going to try though, because I have friends coming up starting tomorrow, and they're going to be with me all week, so I don't think I'm going to read very much. So my goal is to get it done by tomorrow before they come. Well, I only have one friend coming tomorrow, but getting it done tomorrow. But tonight, I heard that Twilight is on Netflix. So I think Eddie and I might be watching Twilight. That's my plan for tonight. So I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to try to get to chapter 5. Chapter 5. Okay. Peace out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully with some updates and maybe closing out the vlog. Hello. So I'm going to finish this book today. I hope. I just have 3 chapters left. I'm on chapter 6. And basically, I read like halfway through chapter 3 last night, and then I was too tired and I had to go to sleep. So I read chapter 4 and 5 this morning, and then the other half of part 3. So my goal is to finish it. There's 9 chapters. What happened was Frodo and Sam got the ring to Mount Doom, and Gollum bit off Frodo's finger and jumped into the fire, basically. He didn't really jump, but you know. So that was fun. And then the Eagles came and got them, and now it's just been like cleaning up and kind of getting relationships now. So like Eowyn and Faramir, I freaking love Faramir, got together because she realized she would never have Aragorn, which I felt like was kind of weird, but it is what it is, I guess. And then the last chapter, the very, very end of the last chapter was Aragorn marrying Arwen, which is so interesting because it wasn't a part of the story at all, but like the movies make it like tie it in so much better. Like this just seemed really out of the blue for me. I mean, like just in the book, the way it was written, because there just weren't that many like interactions of Aragorn and Arwen and like that love story. And so it just kind of seemed weird, but they got married, so that was kind of cool. And now pretty much they're still just cleaning up stuff. They're gonna part ways, go back to the Shire, and then float off into the Grey Havens, you know? So I'm gonna finish it. So I'm gonna try to finish it by, I don't have my watch on, by 2, because that is when my friend will get here, and I really hope that I can do it. It'll be cutting it really close. So I'll check in when I finish. Oh, very quickly, I totally forgot to say that I cry every single time in the movie, and I definitely teared up in the book when Aragorn like becomes king, and like Frodo's like, what do I wear? Like Aragorn wants them to be there, but then like Frodo tries to bow and Aragorn's like bowed instead. But in the movie, I like when it's like all 4 of the hobbits and then they all try to bow, and then Aragorn's like, you bow to no one, and then he bows and everybody else bows, and I just like sobbed because it's just so heartwarming. Anyway, that happened, and I definitely was like tearing up, so I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay guys, so I finished it, and jeepers freaking creepers, I was crying a lot at the end, just because, well, first of all, I did not realize how much more to the story there was when they got back to the Shire. Like there was a whole like battle and stuff, and then just like cleaning it up, it was all really sweet and just like tied together, and I really enjoyed that. But I liked that actually we got an ending of how Saruman like ended, because like I was like, what even happens to him? I don't remember. That happens, and it was so, I don't know, I loved it. It just all tied back to the very beginning of the book when they left on their adventure, and Bombadil was mentioned, and they saw Gildor again, like walking. It just like, I don't know, I really loved it. And as Frodo was saying like that he was leaving and everything, like I just got so sad for Sam. Like their friendship is so freaking sweet. I can't even stand it. Yeah, it was just, it was so good. I don't even know what else to say about this one, except that like it all just tied up together in a nice little bow. And when Frodo had given Sam like the book of all the adventures and like reading the titles, and it was like something like the end of the Lord of the Rings and the Return of the King, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love when things do that, especially like a story like this. So it was just really, really, really good. I can't believe I finally read the Lord of the Rings, you guys. Like I'm done. I've officially read them. I don't see myself reading them again anytime soon. Maybe in like 5 years when I'm like my sister's age, although she's like 8 years older than I am. It's fine. But I think I beat her. I don't think she's done reading. Anywho, she could have finished these way longer, but she was like waiting for me. So really, that's not much to be proud of. Okay, anyway, that is it for the Lord of the Rings reading vlogs. I can't believe it. My next reading vlog I cannot wait for, because I will be on the beach, and it's going to be just a nice freaking relaxing, oceany, breezy reading vlog. And I'm really excited for the book and maybe books that I'm going to be reading that week. So thanks for watching along on my journey. Compared to the movie for this one, I don't really know like, a lot of it was brought over from the second book, so I mean, it was still really good. The only thing I'm kind of glad they left out the Hobbit thing, and like they just came back and the Hobbit was all whatever, or like the Shire was all put together, in that you did get to see Sam with Rosie and all his kids, and then I don't remember Frodo leaving on the ship, but he does. He totally does. So it was. I think the way the movie did it was fine. I don't think they needed to add in the little bottle of Bywater, especially because they didn't have any of those hobbits in the beginning of the movies, so it's just whatever. I think the movies did an excellent job. I'm very impressed. Like, honestly, probably the best book to movies adaptations I've ever seen. So, with that being said, you guys, thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to like and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!